Hey, Rack on Beer viewers, welcome to Happy Homebrew Wednesday. That's what you're welcome to. You're welcome to a Homebrew Wednesday because that's what this video is. I had fully intended this particular Homebrew Wednesday to be about my recent collaboration brew of a cold-hearted, a pilsner or a lagered two-hearted, but I've been taking some samples of it, and it's not quite where I want it to be. Actually, I have to write to Nate and tell him that we want to do a collaborative review of each of our versions, which we brewed at the same time, but his has been ready for ages because he did it pressure fermented. Wherein mine, I'm not entirely happy with it, so I'm gonna let that ride another week. Um, so Instead, I'm going to do, as I reach over here to finish pouring it, I am going to do the cookie beer, the cookie ale, the as for hence to forth referred to as the dishwasher beer or the coming plague apocalypse beer. It has changed a little bit during its time in its isolation, as you can see. If you remember, when I think I showed it on I can't remember which video it was that I showed it, but it was just disgusting. And I think I have pictures. If for some reason I ever decide to edit this video instead of just uploading it, I'll try and put a picture in. But it was gross looking, and it have confirmed now that was because when I brought the keg out here, I knocked it around a bit too much, and there must have been just a ton of sediment on the bottom of the keg, which just took forever to settle out. But it has settled out because now you can obviously see it looks like an actual beer. And actually, I mean, it tasted like hot garbage, just the hottest of garbage when I tried it with so much yeast and stuff in suspension. It has improved quite a bit. So let's take a look at it. This is a beer I brewed. I don't even think I made a video on it. In fact, I know I didn't because I actually brewed it while talking to my brother. So we brewed beers together online. We just had a brew day together. So I didn't take any footage or anything. And I had decided to brew this clone of not clone. There's no recipe online. I got this beer in Michigan the last time I was there, which obviously was a long time ago because of the plague. And it was an oatmeal cream pie, like gas station oatmeal cream pie beer, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. So I tried to brew my own version of it, and this is the result. It is a kind of reddish beer. This is made with base malt. It's not very complex. It's made with base malt. I think just the tiniest bit of brown malt. No, I'm not, or dark crystal. I think it was dark crystal, just to give it the color. And then oats, lots and lots of oats, but the oats were toasted. That was the important part. So I took the entire bill of oats, rolled oats that were going to go into it, and I toasted them in the oven to try and give it that toasted oatmeal cookie type flavor. And then it was because I detected a bit of cinnamon in I mean, that's kind of a thing in like oatmeal cookies. So when I packaged it, I also added vanilla paste and just the teeny tiniest bit of cinnamon. So it's a toasted oatmeal, cinnamon, vanilla, amber ale, almost brown ale. I guess you could call that a brown ale. Brown is probably what I would want to go for, but I don't want any of the chocolate in it because that's not oatmeal cream pie. So that's why I don't think I used the brown malt. I don't think that was. I think it was dark crystal. But all right, let's. So it looks okay now. It looks better. It doesn't look like it's going to kill you. The smell is very it's very inviting. It's a really interesting smell. The toasted oatmeal, and by the way, I brewed this a long ass time ago. Like, I should have looked up how long ago, but this is 6 months old ish. Probably maybe a little bit plus or minus 6 months old. Probably more plus. And it was definitely brewed it last year. I definitely brewed it well before Christmas. So I want to say October. I don't know. But this is it's actually pretty shocking how clear you still get the toasted oatmeal. Um, and we'll get to that'll play in later too. And then behind that, I get a little bit of vanilla. I get a light whiff of vanilla. It smells like the cookies. I mean, it smells like toasted oatmeal cookies. So just a touch of vanilla, just a little bit of the toasted oatmeal, and then there's just kind of that a little bit of caramely maltiness behind it too. It's actually changed since the last time I had it too. Maybe it's finally cleared completely out. So one thing about this beer is that it finished really high, the gravity, and I didn't really know why. I don't even remember what I fermented it with. I think I fermented it with like USO5 or USO4, one of those. Makes sense to me. But it ended a bit high, so it's kind of sweet. It doesn't have a full mouth feel, so that kind of freaks me out. Like it tastes sweet because it's got the vanilla. It's got a vanilla flavor to it, that's for sure. It's not a dominating flavor. It's in the background, but it's added some. It's added a, I don't know. It's got a more sickly sweetness to it. And I used like a tube of vanilla paste. I didn't want to pay like $20 for a vanilla bean to put into a beer that I was only making a half batch of it, and I absolutely did not know how it was going to come out. So I used a vanilla paste that was kind of like a middle ground between it was, I mean, it was sugary, vanilla paste for like making cream pastries and stuff. So it was some kind of middle ground between artificial vanilla flavoring and the really expensive vanilla bean. But it has a very sort of artificial flavor and a very kind of weird sickly sweetness, which is, it tastes really nice in the beginning. You get the toasted oatmeal, which has faded a little bit since it's cleared out. It had kind of an acrid aftertaste the first few times I tasted it. Now it's kind of smoothed out, although I might go for a lighter toast next time, just so it's not so dominant. And then the vanilla is maybe a bit too much there. So the vanilla is supposed to be, like the cream in the center of an oatmeal cream pie, or the marshmallow cream, whatever the hell it is, probably marshmallow cream, like marshmallow fluff. I'm sure that's what it is. So I think maybe the vanilla is a little overpowering. The cinnamon is, it's not really detectable, and I guess that's kind of what I was going for. It does taste like the cookie. It's not nearly as good as the commercial example that I had. It does taste a bit like the. It's similar in that it has the flavors there. They're just not in the right balance. It's a very unbalanced beer. It's a beer that's. I mean, I was brewing it, I think, for a Christmas, a Christmas like spiced beer, and it would suit that purpose. But it's not something I would want to like tear through pints of. I think what I would want to do is I would want to find a way to up the body on it a little bit more. Lower the sweetness though. The like, I want it to have a little bit fuller mouthfeel, but not have a sweetness, if that makes sense. But I think that the vanilla really. So if I cut back in the vanilla somehow, like maybe if I actually use real vanilla, I can control it better. Then I think I would. I think that this would be a decent beer. I think I am going to rebrew this. I do want to rebrew this at some point. Maybe next Christmas. I'll let it sit around for like half a year. But it's not too bad, and I'll see how it develops now. Well, I kind of need that keg, so. But it's not a terrible beer. It's an interesting beer. I'd like to get some other opinions on it. I don't know. I might try and package some up and give it to. I feel like this is the kind of beer that like normal people would enjoy. If that doesn't make, yeah, like people who aren't that super into beer and especially aren't into like more sour or bitter like IPAs or sour beers or anything like that. This is kind of like I think that this is a kind of beer with spices that people would think is like, oh, that's a nice little craft beer. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's not too hard to drink. I've drank like half the glass of it. It's also not very high alcohol. I don't think. I think it only came to like 4.8 or something like that. Again, I don't have a lot of info on it from back then. I was kind of brewing it out of the seat of my pants and paying more attention to talking with my brother than brewing. So, but yeah, so there's the cookie beer. It's actually surprisingly good, surprisingly okay for what it is. I don't know what else do I have going on. Um, Hardware stores have opened back up here in the Denmark. So I have a project where I want to start working on the brew house some more, and I've got some wraparound. I think I've shown it on a video. I've got some wraparound tabletop that I put on the brewing side. This is like the bar side, and then I got the brewing side. And those have just been sitting up on sawhorses, which I'm tired of. So I finally got around to I went to the hardware store, and they actually had table legs that were the right length that I've been looking for. And I also bought these like super heavy duty iron brackets to hang the ones I don't really want table legs on. The one that's going to be with the sink and stuff, that's going to be on brackets, and that's on a more sturdy wall, where in the other one I don't really trust the wall behind it. Anyway, so I bought some hardware. I'm going to be doing that. I think over my Easter vacation, I think I'm going to be working on that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to get that all done, and then the next thing will be actually installing a sink in here. I'm thinking that now that the weather's getting nicer, I still haven't gotten a goddamn call back from that plumber that I got an estimate from. Apparently, everybody's getting plumbing done right now. But I figure that while the weather is really nice, I got the drain. If I put a sink in, I can just run the damn garden hose in here and use it for a water source for like cleaning up and the chiller and everything. So I think that that's just going to be the plan for the summer. I mean, screw that guy. If he doesn't want to make money, then whatever. I'll work around it. So yeah, that's kind of what I got going on. I haven't brewed anything. I'm kind of trying to empty a few taps out before I brew. I want to empty at least one of my taps off, which I'm getting close to. I've got to work on the cookie beer some. I still got a little bit of old ale left. Working on that, the rye stout as well. But yeah, all right, guys. We're getting long here. All right, it's too long. It's too dang long. The length of the video is too dang long. So we're going to say happy Homebrew Wednesday again. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll try and do, when I have some more time during the Easter, I think I'll try and do like a brew house update of all the stuff I've got, all the projects and the process and all that stuff. So stay tuned. Have a good week. See ya.